Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Giving honor and praise unto the Most High, the Creator and Maker of heaven and earth. My name is Yeshaya Yisrael. Brothers and sisters, recently I did a video in which I didn't share with anyone or tag anyone or even promote it. And the video was, I am not interested in going to your/a camp. And in it, I explained that a brother is an author. So, the books that I wrote is about essentially the house of Israel, be it of the Hebrew or otherwise. I grew up in the understanding of Israel. I remember keeping, and it's not to be haughty, Sabbaths at 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, certainly at the age of 5. Some of my best earliest recollections. At 4, I remember taking my first Hebrew class in a congregation in the Bronx. Now, that congregation had standard room only back in the 1980s. When you invite someone who has been in camps for over 30 years, how are the new people, like when my family was new in 82, 83, supposed to sit? That's just a question I want to ask. Secondly, when a person's spirit is not feeling a particular thing, feeling a particular vibe, it doesn't mean that he or she thinks that you and what your organization is about is bad. It means something different. In any organization, you have different channels, you have different branches and so forth and so on. So, just like my lady points out to me, each person has his or her walk with the Most High. So if one's walk with the Creator essentially is geared towards something that's not wicked, then it is wicked to try to sit there and steer that person off from such. You don't want to do that in that particular case. Brothers and sisters, in the understanding of Israel, and I say this in no disrespect, in the laws of the Sabbath, it says, 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. That means that within the laws of the Sabbath, it tells us about working. So there's a time and place, brothers and sisters, for everything. Now, Shabbat is the Hebrew word meaning to cease or to desist. In a wanting to attempt to help the house of Israel, brother has written books. My teachers essentially got all the books that I wrote free, just giving them their respect for that. I wouldn't have my teacher pay for reading the work of his or her student, because I have male and female teachers alike. I big up on a human level my teachers. So therefore, people who are self-centered, arrogant, belligerent, don't do that. They don't big up other people. They say, I'm my own teacher, I'm self-taught, no one has helped me, and so forth and so on. That's how arrogant people are. That's how people who don't want to give respect to where respect is due act, brothers and sisters. Such is not the case with myself. I attempt to ask brothers and sisters to get their books out and pick your teacher. I may not even be the right Hebrew teacher for you. It doesn't hurt me to recommend another brother or sister as a Moreh, male teacher, or Morah, female teacher. But when you are a round peg trying to fit in a square, it's not going to fit. You understand? A lot of camps, brothers and sisters, have gone online. Some of them is personal, face-to-face contact, and some of them is online. And it's a very good thing and it's a benefit, brothers and sisters. But you never ever want to make anybody feel that, oh, you must come into this particular matter and so forth and so on. I am motivated from people whom I don't even know. When I look at like the drummers, that I say without these drummers that are playing these instruments, there would be no Moreh Yeshaya. I mean that, brothers and sisters. I take it as an honor and a privilege to have known and do know some of my brothers and sisters who motivate, who encourage, whether you know you encourage or not. You understand? But it is discouraging, if I'm using the right word, to try to make anyone feel, oh, you must come here and so forth. That is why some people might think a camp is a cult in that particular case, with that kind of mindset. The Most High in the scripture speaks about the willing heart. See, we can't keep Sabbath in our dwellings. There are only set times where it says you must appear. That is on the timing of Passover, leading into the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That is the Feast of Weeks, and that is the Feast of Booths. Outside of that, the Mikra Kodesh, or the Holy Convocation, can be kept anywhere. While we are still, no disrespect intended, in the lands that we are in, brothers and sisters. Now, when I did the video, I spoke upon it by saying, if I'm 40-something years old and have done certain things, why not trying to sound belligerent? Would you take somebody who has achieved certain things and want him or her to just sit there and keep on listening as if they were in their teenage years or just beginning to learn what they can be taught? Not that a brother is not teachable. It's not like that. But at the same token, I can be taught while sitting in my house in these days and times listening to brothers and sisters online, because I do that. I subscribe to other people's channels and I share it. Everybody don't do that. You understand? There are some times in which there are more views on a video that I did than likes. So you know, dealing with the internet world, that you got people who will sit there and will not click like, but will watch it. It's a part of life. It's a part of what it is in that particular case. I'm not going to get too personal on why a brother doesn't care to be in these congregations or camps in that particular case, because Israel can sit there and meet up at any given time and enjoy each other's time and be supportive of each other and so forth and so on. But Israel, stop trying to beat somebody in the head, brother, sister, elder, or anyone else, to say you must come here, especially the people that's been in 20 years plus. Reach out to the new brothers and sisters like people reached out to my family when we were new in this, and let them take the seat and let them learn. With that, peace to you. Shalom.